Thought I had forever when I said I do. Now I'm sitting here wondering what I'm supposed to do. Said you'd never leave, now I sleep on one side. But my girls pulled up and I still got my pride. I got sisters who see through the pain. Wipe my tears, help me dance in the rain. Even when love walks out and the world gets cold, I got hearts by my side that'll never fold. We cry, we fight, we laugh, still true. I might have lost us, but I still got my crew. We cry together, we try together.
Hey, y'all. What is up? What is up? What is up, everybody? Can y'all hear me? Okay, yeah, I don't think I'm on mute. Y'all know I'm good for coming on mute. Okay, cool. Well, what is up, everybody? Y'all know it's your girl, EJ, and I got my girl,
Tika Deshawn. What's up, everybody?
Hey, y'all. Listen, we're here to talk about divorce sisters, and y'all already know we're not going to do this by ourselves. We got our girls in the back, and we're about to get it cracking, y'all. What's up to everybody that is coming through already? I know, I feel like, no, this ain't that early. I feel like this is about a good time. I was thinking that maybe it was a little early, but I think this is a decent time. So anyway, let me go ahead and bring everybody up so we can go ahead and talk about this episode because I got a lot of thoughts, y'all. A lot of them.
Oh, yeah.
First up, let me go ahead and bring up Miss Lighten Up Letitia. Hey, girl. Hey.
Hey, y'all. How y'all doing?
Good. And let me go ahead and bring up Miss Candy Love. Hey, girl.
Hey.
Hi. How's everybody doing?
Good. Y'all already know what we got to do first. We got to get this vibe check going so we can see how y'all was feeling about the episode. Now, we know that this is a brand new show, so we are only 2 episodes in. I'm going to go ahead and start. Honestly, I'm actually liking the show so far. I feel like they are off to a good start. I feel like I'm intrigued. I'm interested. I want to know what's going to happen. I already, in my mind, probably have made like 5 or 6 videos already just off of just random things that have happened. So that tells me that I'm really enjoying it, is, you know, that they're doing something for me. So I'm enjoying the storyline so far. I enjoy all of the actresses, the actors, like they're doing a really good job. I'm here for it. Tika, your thoughts, vibe check?
Girl, my vibe check is like, okay, y'all, I see you, Geneva, with the secrets. I see you, Rashida, with the fixer type mentality. Okay, I see you. So I'm enjoying it. I ain't gonna lie. I think what's the name? Damn it, I'm sorry, y'all. I was about to call her by her actual name, Portia Naomi. I think Naomi gonna be my girl though, because she looked like she about to get us some stuff. So I was enjoying it. I'm enjoying it.
That's what's up. Candy, what about you? How you feeling about it?
I'm still getting there. I'm still warming up. I'm on a simmer right now. With the storylines, with the story that they've given us thus far. Naomi, that's the one that got the $37 million. That was with Bolo, my man. I don't like that help. I don't like her.
I can't with you.
Because she was doing this unnecessary things with Bolo. And yeah, I'm not sure. She's like a wrecking ball. She's like a ticking time bomb, and she makes me nervous. Yeah. But I'm on a simmer with the show. It's not bad, but I'm on a simmer.
Okay, well, listen, that's all that matters. Tisha, how you feeling?
I'm all in. I cannot wait to see all of these secrets and things unfold because, whoa, Rashida, I already love LaToya Luckett anyway, so I already knew she was going to probably be my favorite anyway. But the way she handled things, I mean, she means business, and I was here for it. I'm not a big fan of Naomi either, but you know, sometimes I feel like, okay, I can respect. Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do, but we'll talk about her because I'm like, girl, I had $37 million. You never see my ass. Okay, period. I don't have to worry about you.
37 M's. Bye.
Listen, but we got to talk about it because, listen, I got a little bit of a theory that I got to talk about when it comes to Naomi. I think we going to have to dive in a little bit deeper with this one. But overall, listen, Trina Boo said, listen, hey, ladies, I'm enjoying the show. The last 2 cliffhangers, OMG, I'm right there with you. Again, shout out to everybody who has joined but has not said anything yet. We appreciate you guys for coming through. And if you are watching this on the replay, go ahead and let us know what your vibe check is and what you think about it so far. So we got to go ahead and jump into the episode. Let me go ahead and see if I can switch this on out. Okay, so hold on, that's my third slide. Let me get my first slide. So my first slide is going to be a little icebreaker, y'all, and it's this game is marry, side piece, or one wild night. So these are the only 3 people that you can choose from, Candy. Talking to you. I am very sure that everybody else will follow suit. I am talking to you and you alone. These are the only 3 people you can choose from. Which one would you marry? Which one would be a side piece? And when I say side piece, they like a permanent side piece on the side, okay? And then the other one is just one wild night. And this is all based off of who they are in this show right now. Tika, who you got?
Jesus. I mean, I would have to marry. So far, it would be William. Is his name William?
Mm-hmm.
In the middle, yeah, William. I would marry him. He seemed like he'll do right. Damn, I'm definitely not fooling around with the pastor, so he just don't fit nowhere. Jeff ain't got no space in my life.
But you gotta choose. You gotta choose.
Well, then I guess I'd have to have one wild night with the pastor. and mine. I'm sorry, Pierre. You would have to be a side piece. I'm sorry because I know him. I'm sorry, but he have to be a side piece.
Okay, listen, Pierre. You know we love you, boo. But Vaughn, I don't know. Listen, I'm with you on this one, Tika. I'm going with the exact same lineup that you went with because ain't no way. And I only threw Pastor Jeff in there just to make y'all think about it. Tisha, what about you?
I think you threw the pastor in there, so I'd have to eat my words because last time I said you couldn't pay me enough to be the pastor's wife. But the way that this setup is, though, but she do got the church and she has her money. So in this case only, I would marry Jeff. I would make. I don't know that much about mine. So I'm gonna ask y'all a quick question. Would a wild night be cool with him?
Who, with Vaughn?
That's all you can get out of him. That's
all you get out of him.
Okay, cool. Work. That just don't do nothing. He probably don't even clean
that's right.
up.
That's oh my gosh. I could not remember who he was. He was so he made me mad though. But okay, so no, definitely one wild night with him and goodbye. And then I'd have to make William the side piece because even though he the damn you fine guy, he seemed like he's pretty dependable to do the side piece thing. So that would be my good. I have to marry Jeff. Lord have mercy.
Yeah, good luck with that. Okay, Candy, who you marrying?
So because we're suspending reality,
thank you.
I'm a lesbian.
You know what, girl? You have to pick.
I'm a lesbian.
You bisexual now. Now go ahead and pick.
I'm a whole bull down.
You know what?
Can you please pick? Always with the extra.
I don't.
Girl, just pick. Just pick. See what I said, child? This what I said. I knew who it was gonna be.
You know, they do me like that at work. They be like, all right, they go to girl from ISS. What's his in the middle? He could be. I'll have to marry him.
Okay, William marry.
He's like a weakling, but I have to marry him. Devon, Franklin. He had to be side piece because he got that church money, so it'll be a long term side piece. And
That's you talking about Jeff? Jeff is the pastor, Pastor
Franklin.
Jeff.
Yeah, Jeff. I hadn't learned their names yet. And then Pierre, baby, one wild night, a short wild night. Okay, yeah.
Girl,
'Cause
listen.
the way he talked, it had to be short.
You're so silly. Hey, Karima. Hey, boo. How are you? Listen, and I don't know whose channel you became a member on, but we appreciate you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Listen, Candy, you just had to make that hard. Anyway, y'all, let's go ahead and get into this episode because when we start off exactly where we left off, right? We start off with, you know, the young lady in here telling her story about what happened with Pastor Jeff. And I ain't gonna lie, you know, we was kind of like, dang, Pastor Jeff is for the streets. Pastor Jeff trash. Pastor Jeff, look at him. But no, seriously, I did say that we don't know if this woman is lying. We don't know. We needed more context to the story. But turns out she was a whole lie. And Rashida said, play with your mama, not with my husband. Listen, I loved everything about this scene. I loved how she played this out. I loved how she acted. So, oh my, like I'm here with you. Like I forgive you. Like she was so calm. And I felt like that should have told old girl that there was something that something wasn't about to go the way that she thought it was going to go, because what wife is going to be this extremely calm? Like even the pastor's wife got some limits, I know, because she was like way calm. So I enjoyed this scene. I thought it was a dope scene. I love when she pulled up the cameras. But what I loved more is that we learned that this character rides for her husband, that she always thinking ahead, that she's always trying to protect him and protect the church. You know, it was her idea to put those cameras in there. It was her idea, knowing that this is the type of thing that would happen. So I really love this entire thing. And I think they played it out to perfection. Tika, talk about it.
I mean, yeah, clearly though, this has happened before, so she had to do what she had to do to not just protect the church, but protect her husband. And let me go to the Bible. The Bible says, "Oh, are you referring to if your husband?" No, baby, that's you. You're the evil. Oh, well, I'll just go to a lawyer. So what? So what are you here for? Did you really just come here for money? What is it that you want me to do? And now, yeah, she's the saved fixer. That's all I can call her. She is the saved fixer. She saved her husband for that moment, but clearly something like this has happened before. So now she has to, you know, protect him at all costs. But I still don't feel like the pastor is on the up and up. I feel like there's something going on. I'm watching you, Pastor.
Got my eyes on you, Pastor Jeff. Okay. Yes. Tisha, did you feel the same way? How did you feel about this? Do you see it from a different perspective?
I mean, like I said, my response the last time was get the heck out of my office, because and then being armored with the information that she already knew about them cameras. I'm glad she took the long route because it was played out fabulously. But she essentially said, get up out of my office with all that drama, because you on some BS. You ain't about to go here. But it just solidifies again why you couldn't pay me enough to be a pastor's wife, because look at the types of things you have to deal with. This is a mess. And women are always coming out the woodworks for some pastor. It doesn't matter what. And in a lot of cases, y'all, if the pastor don't work somewhere else, child, he ain't the one with the money. It's usually the wife anyway. So it's just, she played this again perfectly. I love how she did it. But let me just be clear. I don't agree with Pastor Jeff. I think he is still hiding something. I'm not past your EJ. You mentioned a little possibility with our brother Myron.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is that could be a possibility. But also, there was something about this girl that she might have been lying about this, but she still got a story to tell. I don't think this is gonna be the last that we see of this young girl.
I hope so.
So we shall see.
Okay. Candy, any additional thoughts on Miss Rashida and don't come for me. If you ain't got something credible, don't come for us.
Baby, I wish you well in your struggle. Okay. I wish you well in your struggle. Ain't nothing else to be said after that because I want you to do well in your struggle. Like you finna struggle, okay? All that crap you trying to pull over here ain't finna work. You go home, go on ahead. Psalms 37 was read. Cease from anger and all this other stuff she said. And I said, yes, ma'am. That's how you handle these types of helpers. You go into the Bible and you know, you quote the scripture to them and then you show them your proof that you ain't gotten it. And it could have been fake. It could have been a bluff. I don't know. It could have, but I don't know. But like Letitia said, it might be something with this little girl. It might be something, and it might not be anything with her and Jeff, but it could be Jeff and somebody. Yeah, but I appreciate her not getting aggressive and upset with her to the where she wouldn't gotten anything from her. So I do appreciate her for just like getting to the crooks and whatever she had to tell us. Like, come in, let's go in the office. Let's do this. When was it? How was it? What day was it? Your birthday? When was your birthday? I appreciated her for doing that and not just jumping on her because I would have really been hands and feet, you know. I would have got nothing out of her.
I cannot with you, not hands and feet.
But I appreciated the way she handled her. Even though she's a child, you know, I still appreciate her handling the child this way. I hope she would do that within a grown woman.
Well, listen, she put herself in a grown woman position when she walked up in there with them lies. So she don't get no child credit. She don't get no child tax credits up in here.
I'm just saying because she easily like let go. She, you know, it was just easy for her to back down, or you know, she didn't get nasty with her, whatever. That's what I'm saying. Like she didn't attack Rashida per se. Verbally.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Hey, Shayna, girl, you gotta go watch it.
You do, girl. You gotta watch it.
Gotta go watch it. Hey, Lemon Kush. Hey, P. Bronson. Hey, NL. Hugs to you too. Hey, everybody who has come through. Let us know what y'all think. What did y'all think about this scene? Drop it in the chat. Let me know. Let me know. P. Bronson said, I have my eye on him also because maybe they have decided to delete the video to stop the young ladies from going any further. We will see. I don't know. We shall see. All right, y'all. So let's move on to Javon. He just popped up out of nowhere talking about he back, and we learned some things, y'all. Like we literally learned so many things on this episode. People got secrets. I mean, Geneva is looking out here like she is like her and William are the couple, you know, even though we could sense that something was a little bit off, but to the eyes view, they look like they are just a happy couple, right? But there were a lot of different things that I want to point out. I'll point out the other one later, but I'll start with this one. When he first came in there, it felt like he was looking to get this old thing back, right? Like it felt like he was like, I'm divorced now. Like, bro, what are you coming in there talking about? You divorced, got that ring still on your finger, talking about I'm divorced now. Sorry, take the ring off. I don't know. But anyway, we had that moment. And then we learned that they, you know, had a moment together, you know, and that there was a thing and that they apparently may have been in a friend group. Like it feels like they were all friends. And this particular thing happened. And the reason why they stopped is because she didn't want to hurt William and she didn't want to do this anymore. For all intents and purposes, y'all, William seems like he is a good guy. I mean, we know that he's been saying some questionable things, but I'm just saying, like, he seems like he may have been a good guy at some point. And I'm going to get to these questionable things later, but because I have a feeling that it's a lot more to all of this, but we'll get there. Tisha, I'm going to start with you. What did you think about Javon just popping in there trying to get this whole thing back?
You know what? Whenever I see this actor, I'm like, he ain't never up to no good. I swear. He also plays on Beyond the Gates and just happened to show up in Beyond the Gates this week as well. And I was like, he always up to something. And I don't like when somebody says, oh, I'm divorced now. What does that have to do with me? Like, I'm married now, though. So now because you ready, all of a sudden it has to be a thing again. I don't like that. It was giving Scooter from living single. Baby, I'm back again. You know what I mean? Like, no, you don't get to do that just because you're not married no more. No.
Okay. The way Scooter used to pop up used to irritate me. Candy, what you think about Javon? He said, "Baby, I'm back." And what did you think about this revelation that they done smashed?
He is so disrespectful. I'm like, sir, you are coming on too strong with your beard connecting. Like, you fine, like you big fine. Like, she went into his chest and she was like so much shorter than him, and that was just so. I'm like, girl, she just melted into his chest. But why did you melt into this man's chest? Why did you give him that? I was so upset with her. I'm like, why did you do that? Maybe he is a love. I mean, later on we figure out some things, but I kind of figured out when he said it's been what now 6 years, and I'm like, okay. But maybe were they swingers? You think? Like,
No.
y'all don't think they were swinging?
No, I think they were swinging by themselves. I think it was one of those things where something may have happened, like they were having some issues in their marriage, and they turned to each other. And because I think they were in a friend group, and
he probably ain't had no issues in his marriage. He probably just wanted to pop, lock, and drop it.
Well, he said that something was going on with his wife. He says it in this conversation right here.
But that don't mean nothing. I don't, because he's so abrupt and so aggressive and so forthcoming with his feelings and his words. Like, you called this lady office, you popped up on her, like you don't care anything about her marriage, her union. You don't care nothing about that. So ain't no telling what he was doing for real, because he does not care. I don't know. I don't like this. I don't like this. I don't.
Okay. Tikadooshi, what's your thoughts, boo?
Listen, I'm gonna put this on Neva because, like, you're the one with the husband, and at the end of the day, I'm so disappointed. You did all that investigating on the first freaking episode that we met. You had me in my feelings, like, girl, it's gonna be all right. That man ain't cheating on you. It's just, and now we see why it's in her freaking imagination that he might actually be cheating on her because she feeling guilty about her own past. So I was just disappointed in Neva. Like, a man gonna be a man, and a man is gonna do what he does. I'm not justifying that by no means. In regard to Javon, Mr. Christopher Riley. Okay, I'm not, but I'm just saying she did all that investigation, went and talked to the doggone nanny, went and tried to talk to the school teacher or the whoever she was, got in there with the doggone janitor, like did all of that, only for us to find out later on that she was actually the cheater in the relationship. So
exactly. And you know how it is when somebody else has done something, they start projecting. And I feel like that this is what she's doing, is projecting, not saying that William ain't out here flirting or some of that type of stuff, but I really do feel like this is one of those things where it appears that William is going to be doing something, but William really ain't gonna be doing nothing. Right. William just gonna be a little too doggone friendly, is what I feel like is going to end up being. And not blaming it on anyone, but I do feel like there is some reasoning behind why William might be a little bit friendly and craving some attention. And we'll talk about that later. Let's move on. Oh, I forgot I did these. Yeah. Who would you call? Like, who would you call? So who would you call to help you spy on your ex? You can pick any character. Tisha, I'm gonna go with you. You can pick any character in the show. Who would you call to help you spy on your ex?
Rashida. Because
why?
She thinks ahead. You know, she projects what might happen, so she puts things in place so that you can get the information. And yeah, I definitely, Geneva will be my runner-up, but it looks like I feel like Geneva, we can see that she's getting around to the results, but clearly Rashida gets the results.
Okay, that's what's up. Okay, y'all, so let's move on to the next scene. This is where Tiffany comes over to Naomi's, and Naomi is like, I heard y'all, and she want to know what's going on with Geneva. But the problem with Naomi is that Naomi right now is all over the place. We learned a lot of information. We learned that Naomi got $37 million. We also learned that Tiffany is actually paying alimony. we learned that, of course, we know Tiffany had been through a divorce and we knew that the divorce, was bad. But we also learned that she's just trying to move on. But at the same time, she's not fully ready to actually make a step to move on. Like, she wants to be happy, but at the same time, she's afraid. She's afraid of what could happen. So there's that. But Naomi said she don't give a darn. She said her divorce was not nearly as your divorce was not nearly as bad as mine. And I sympathize with Naomi in this scene. I get that everybody feels like Naomi is, because I know I felt the first time I met her, I felt like she was just way out there. But I really think this man is gaslighting her, y'all. I really think this man is really, really, he knows her. And when people know you and they know what you're gonna do and they know how you gonna move. And while I would want her to react differently and not give him that satisfaction of what he knows, I feel like she just can't let it go. But I feel like he's doing all these little things because there's a bigger play. I want my $37 million back. So how I'm going to get this $37 million back, I'm going to gaslight you all the way. I'm going to make sure that you see this because I know how you are. I know you're going to go look. I know you're going to find a way to look at my page. I know you're going to find a way to look at this. So I'm going to say all the things that's going to trigger you and make you do these things. And again, I'm not saying that she's right. I'm just saying that I wish he would step back, but I think that he's doing it on purpose. Tika, your thoughts?
Yeah, I absolutely agree that he's doing this on purpose. His biggest mission is to get his money back. And she not only they keep saying, "Oh, you got $37 million." Yeah, she got $37 million, but she actually loves her husband. And for him to fleet with a 25-year-old child in her eyes because she has a child that's the same age, that's hurtful. So yeah, she regardless of what broke them up, she still loved her husband. And for him to be playing in her face at the end of the day, she just can't get over it yet. I mean, yeah, Naomi, girl, we need to sit down and do some counseling. We really do. But she say her counseling is brown, light, and dark. So that's the counseling that she gonna get. But yeah. And damn, Tiffany, you got how much, girl? You make how much? 500,000 a year, and you got okay. Who did you marry? Maybe you should have questioned who you married if you got to pay that man. It's almost like she married another Bond type character because she paying him instead of him, having to pay her. But just my thoughts.
Yeah. It be like that sometimes. Candy, I'm gonna move over to you on this one. Thoughts on Naomi and Tiffany and the revelations that we got out of this particular scene?
Naomi, girl, you sitting on 37 M's. I'm gonna need you to calm down before you lose it, because all the things that you're doing, all the stalkering, you want to sue the man for a parking spot. Girl, calm down. I understand, but however, you're making yourself feel this way because you are steady logging into Instagram. You're logging into Facebook. You're looking for these things. So when you seek, ye shall find. So you're going to find things that you don't want to see. However, I know we're human, yada, yada, yada. And you think he's playing in your face. No, you're playing in your own face because you ain't got to go over there and look. You don't have to. I understand you're human. However, you don't have to do this to yourself. Stop torturing yourself. Stop making yourself feel these negative feelings because you're going to lose your money. He's going to come and get that money back from you. Somehow, some way, he going to take it. So I need you to calm down. Okay? Okay.
I feel you on that. But I do just want to play devil's advocate as always. I get Naomi. Like, I really do understand. Like, I get, she is pissed. Like, she is not just hurt. She is at that angry level. You know how people go through the stages of grief when you're grieving something? Like, she is very, very angry right now. And you got to make it through all them steps before you go ever. And I'm just hoping that the anger doesn't make her lose what she's gained financially, but and just her self-respect and dignity and giving him the benefit of the doubt. But I do get it. I get being angry at somebody, and then when you look back at it, you like, damn, that was stupid. Yeah, that was dumb as hell. I think we done all been there at some point. Tisha,
you can be angry, you can be hurt, you can be all those things on the beach somewhere. You can be in another country somewhere. You can do therapy elsewhere. All of that, because $37 million. I was about to cuss. Child, I don't have to know you no more. Not never. I'm gonna block you and everybody you know. Period. I do that. And I ain't even getting no $37 million. So I am not gonna blow my money. I would just go off. Just like remember in acrimony, child, all that money she got, and she was still so angry. There's something deeper in them that they need to address. But I still feel like you can address it somewhere else where you don't have to look. I'm with you, Candy. No, you breaking your own heart. Because you do not have to look. Block them. That's why you block people when you break up. Because why? You know he's trying to bait you. Don't let him. Take your money and run.
Yeah,
Goodbye.
I mean, but it could be easier said than done, y'all. Like seriously, that's
True.
how many years was that one? I can't remember how many years there's. It don't even matter because I think they got a 25-year-old son, so it has to be a lot of years. That's like most of your life. God, that's just that one right there is just a hard one to swallow. It's just I think when you're in it at the moment, it's easy to say looking on the outside of it, but I think when you're in it in the moment. And just the way that it was, and it was somebody else.
Yeah, but
and they got them pregnant. And they got them pregnant.
Yeah, but do you want them back? What do you want from the situation?
But that's what I think Tika was saying. I think Tika was saying that she loved him. Like she didn't choose to leave this. She just woke up one day and this man loved and he left her. I think that's what the difficult part is especially if you don't see it, especially if you get blindsided by it. I think it's on a different level. And I think that's why I'm starting to have more grace for Naomi and where she's at in this moment and just hoping that she get out of it sooner than later.
Hear y'all. I just feel like we've gotten blindsided for free. So for $37 million, I would take it.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah,
you saying it's all about the money, but I think Naomi's saying that it don't matter, that the money don't matter. I think that's where I think it's the principle because more so than the money.
So it doesn't matter to her. She's used to that. So it wouldn't matter to her. But from our standpoint, girl.
I feel you. From your standpoint, like, yeah, for sure. All right, y'all. Let's move on to Tika, did you talk about Naomi? You talked about Naomi. Yep, you did. I remember now. Okay, so now we got to get to the conversation that we had on the bed, right? So we learned a little bit more about Geneva. We learned that Rashida actually likes to sit in this little blind spot of the world somewhere. I feel like Rashida knows that there's definitely something going on with her and Jeff, like that they're not in a good place, but she don't really want to share that. I feel like almost like she might feel like a failure, almost like she's supposed to be the one who has it together. I mean, she's the pastor, she's the preacher, you know what I'm saying? She's the one who's that has this divine thing. And to tell your friends that, oh, something is wrong, it's very difficult for her. Like, even you can tell that her and Geneva are super close, right? You can tell that they're very close, but yet at the same time, she doesn't really want to tell her, like, look, there is something that's wrong. She's still kind of beating around the bush with it. Whereas we see that she knows Geneva's secret, like she knows it. And I think this is going to be I think their dynamics is going to be really interesting to follow. And I think I'm really going to like the Rashida character just because I want to see the layers behind it. Like, we really just got to see more out of her. And I don't know. I'm just interested. I like both of these characters, actually. They're actually two of my favorite characters so far. Candy, start with you. What were your thoughts about this conversation that we're having on the bed? We get the revelation that that it was only one night, that it wasn't an ongoing relationship. It was a one-night stand situation, but that somehow, some way, that man right there, she say William is good, but that man is gonna make her fall again if she fool around and be in his presence too much. What you think? She didn't say all that. I said it.
But I'm with you. I think she would. I'm sure she had a puddle in her office when he hugged her. I'm sure she listen because the way she fell in this man's arms, you can tell she felt something deep for him. Like she felt love for him or a lust or something for this man. So much so, she probably is willing to risk it all. Because she the way she acts later on is like, girl, I need you to reel this in. Like, I need you to come up off of this horse, this high horse you're on, and come back down to earth, because she feels this man more than she feels her husband. And it seems like he did something that one night that William did not do or has never done. I don't know what he did, but he rocked her world, and she has not recovered from it. It may just be the way he listens to her. It could be the way he holds her. I don't know, but she is infatuated with this man, and I need her to bind herself and keep herself in the name of Jesus. Because Lord, girl, William is going.
Hallelujah.
William got some ish with him too, though. I know he does.
We gonna talk about him. I
But
got a
I'm saying-
fly for him later.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying, and it could be why she may be disconnected from him and so into Javon. But she better calm down. But I did appreciate Rashida's conversation and guidance with her. Like, you need to slow your roll and, don't even engage with this man. I did appreciate the conversation though.
Okay.
About her and William. I mean, Javon.
Actually, Tisha, you go next after Candy.
Jeff, we not worried about Jeff.
Girl, you so silly.
Okay, so I think that her thinking about that old thing and potentially catching her husband in some drama is a recipe for disaster. Even if it's short-lived, but she's going down the wrong road. So she need to focus on, first of all, complete the investigation on William so you can get the correct information and then move from there. That's all I got.
Okay, so Tika, do you think that there's any validity to what Rashida was saying? She was saying that there's a possibility that you're only thinking that William is doing something because of what you're doing. You kind of touched on it earlier, but go ahead and expand on that, and then tell me what you think about this scene.
Yeah, I absolutely think that she was correct. Rashida's like, you feeling this way because of what you did in the past. I think also there's more to this story, and now I know we're gonna get into it. But Rashida and Geneva are like two peas in a pod. They don't want too many other people knowing their business, but they willing to learn everybody else's business. So I think this is why their bond is so close the way that it is. And they may have met each other first. I don't know that part, but I like the conversation. But then Pastor Jeff decided to walk in the room with him. Not all of a sudden now he don't know where his bag at. I'm like, you could have just stayed outside. You did not have to walk in there. But I'm still looking at him sideways. So they did what they did. And she was like, girl, you can keep them scriptures away from me. You can keep them hands away from me. I'm a work in progress. Basically, that's what she was saying. He ain't through with me yet. He's still working on me. I feel you, girl, but don't mess up your happy home or semi-happy home.
Okay. Because you know what this reminds me of, y'all? This reminds me of, and of course this is TP, but this reminds me of Why Did I Get Married and that whole 80-20 rule. And I still, like I said, I still got my eyes on Jeff, but I really feel like Geneva is in that 80-20 spot right now where because she ain't been with this man. She ain't been with him enough, like lived with him, know what his day-to-day is, to really understand how he's going to treat her on a regular basis. All she has got, as my girl Tamika like to say, shout out to her, is the representative. That's all she got. She has them in their friend, zone area. She has him in this, when people are in affairs, not that I've ever had one, but I'm just saying, look at a lot of TV. But when people are in affairs, they're in affairs because they're trying to escape something else. Like they're in these affairs because they are missing, quote unquote, something else. And they're doing these things because whatever is going on here, this is an escape. So do you really think that if I go over here in this affair that I'm going to be the person that I really am? No, I'm going to be everything that you want me to be. I'm not going to be who I really am. I'm going to be the whatever that fantasy that you need or want for that moment. I mean, we saw that even with, y'all remember BMF when Charles was over there having his little affair. Everything is, it's just, I mean, it just is what it is. So I feel like if not Rashida, if Geneva is thinking that she's about to get something different or even better, this is not the way to figure it out. I mean, because first of all, you are already married, and at the time when y'all were doing what y'all were doing, he was married too. That just shows you his character. But I guess you can say the same thing for your character too. I mean, both this. I don't want to be that person. Y'all know what I'm saying. I ain't gonna go in on it. I'm about to go in on it, but I'm gonna let it go. So anyway, y'all get it. Who would you call, y'all? So who would you call if you wanted a fun night out to forget your problems? I'll start. I'm calling Javon, because why not? If I want to go have some fun, I'm calling the fun person. Now, probably I'll be paying for most of the drinks and everything all night, but that's all right though. We don't have fun. Tika, who you calling?
Hell, I'm gonna call Naomi because she want to have fun anyway. She, you know, she ain't got nothing else to do. She paying for Bolo / Hakeem to come through. Hey, we gonna have a whole divorce party, bachelorette, whatever you want to call it.
You know what? Damn it, I'm coming over there with you, Tika. Damn it, we about to have a divorce party. Never mind, I'm coming to have a divorce party with you. Because listen, if we can call Bolo over there, because you know Bolo for everybody. Don't say nothing, Candy. Bolo for everybody. Tasha, who you calling? I mean, who you going out with? One fun night.
One fun night. I'll probably go with Naomi as well. She definitely, it seems like
we're about to call all of the dancers. Boy, we got to leave Babyface ass at home though. But we call the rest of them. Okay, Candy, who you calling?
See, we're gonna call Naomi because she's gonna have us a yacht, Tika. We're gonna get an 80-foot yacht. And it's gonna be okay. That's all I'm gonna say.
I like it. That's all right though. I'm changing my mind. My whole mind is changed. I ain't paying for nothing. We call it Naomi because Naomi about to have it popping.
Yeah.
Okay. And we're about to pull a waiting to exhale. We're about to call somebody and hang up. Okay, I'm with it. All right, y'all, let's go to the next scene. First, let me go over here to the chat. Hey, chat. Y'all, let us know what y'all thinking about the episode. Drop down in the comments. Let us know what you're thinking. So we get over here to Team Do Too Much. Lord have mercy. So we have Vaughn. I be getting these names. Javon. No, this Vaughn. No, Javon is girl thing. So I said the wrong ones. I was talking about Vaughn. So Vaughn is this one. Why they gave them the same names? God, they be
right.
That's just too close for me. This is Vaughn.
Big
and Javon is Chris Riley's character.
We're gonna call him Big Vaughn.
Okay, yeah, Big Vaughn. This is gonna be Big Vaughn.
No, Big Vaughn. Big Vaughn. He ain't got no job. We talking about the other man, Big Vaughn.
Oh, Big Vaughn. So who he just Vaughn?
He Lil Vaughn.
Lil Vaughn. Lil Vaughn.
Broke Vaughn.
Broke Vaughn.
Like, why are you unemployed, sir?
Okay, broke Vaughn. Listen, y'all, Bridget don't like this man. Let's just keep it real. Bridget do not like this man. She like what this man do to her when they is in between them sheets, and that's it. Because what I will say is this. Look at the way how she moves away from this man, how she don't want him to touch her, like the way that she didn't want him to go to this thing. She don't like this man. But she also, I feel like what we're going to learn about Bridget is that she don't want to be alone. She don't want to be by herself. She just any man is better than no man at all. And I feel like that's where we're at with this one. So, you know, I guess we shall see. Tisha, I don't know, y'all tease. Y'all know y'all be throwing me off with them teas. Tisha, go ahead and talk to us about this scene right here. Because why he get that old nasty?
Why was she gonna be ironing his dirty from the hamper clothes? First, no. Why she even tell him? I was mad at this whole scene. Oh, my neck. Oh, I was mad at this whole scene. Like, girl, why did you even tell him where you were going? You know, he just walked in and you just got the call that he got fired. So you know he's gonna want to go, but he's embarrassing. He dusty. This is exactly what Tiffany was talking about. You don't need to be in a relationship to see that this man is a dust ball for real. Don't have no kind of ambition. He was doing the absolute least. And why is she entertaining him? I'm so irritated by this situation. And I like Kelvin. Shout out to Rico Bell. I like him. I hope that they get together. I don't know why, clearly, like you said on here, he like her, and I don't know why he just won't say,
Okay, because you
that.
can definitely tell.
Take him away, take her away, please, Calgon, take her away from this dusty man.
Man, why they have to do my finesse twin like this? Because y'all know I love my finesse twin so much, but he is not finesse twin over here in these streets. He Lil Vaughn over here. Tika, what say you about Lil Vaughn and Kelvin and Bridget?
LaVon know how to go downtown. That's why she keeping him. That's the only
Okay.
reason she keeping him. This man that lost 4 jobs. 4 jobs. And he only thing he good at clearly is handling the business in the bed. And like you said, EJ, she just does not want to be alone. And she definitely don't like him. She's lusting for him, but she don't really like him like that. And I just laughed when he threw the whole basket. He's like, I got something to wear. She talking about that waiter suit, that waiter. And then don't put that dirty mess on my let me get this dirty ish off my dress, brokey. I was like, oh my god. But in the world, y'all, is women like that tolerate men because of the fact they tolerate men. So I'm gonna just say this real quick and then I'm gonna shut up. I know Kelvin, he want to get in there, but these really some real women. And I just like, this was what I'm liking so far about the show. This is like some real women that's putting up with stuff like this at home. And if you're not putting up with stuff like this, then you lucky. Call it a blessing. But this some real stuff. I know somebody across the street right now dealing with a clown. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, you're right.
It is. That's why I was like, man, a lot of this is very, very realistic. Especially when we go back to the church scene. How many times have you, if you've been raised around the church or been around the church, how many times have you seen the pastor and the wife seem like they are just so great together, but then you learn these things about like somehow, you know what I'm saying? Next thing you know, or they end up divorcing, and you're like, I thought they was good. Just like these, you just don't know. People put on appearances when they need to put on appearances. It just is what it is. And there are plenty of these women. There are plenty of Bridgets out there. Maybe people don't want to admit to it, but there are plenty of Bridgets out there where the man is, losing the job every other week, month, 2 months, 6 months, and they're the ones holding things down. And that's the frustrating part about it. Hell, if I'm not mistaken, this is how Karen was in the beginning with Zach going crazy self. I ain't look at sisters that much, but I looked at enough to know that that's how it started out. But it just is what it is. Candelave, what say you about Vaughn?
I thought when the dude called her, I thought he was calling her to tell her about her son.
Yeah.
Not somebody she was getting the D from, okay? Bridget, I'm gonna need you to plug into the router and not relay on Wi-Fi. I'm gonna need you to plug in, ma'am, because you're buffering, okay? You are dealing with somebody who had to help him get 4 jobs. He emptied out the dirty clothes basket for you to steam his suit. He wants to hunt you after he done half worked, and he got his dirty ass on your bed. He wants you to get moist for him to do what? Sir, I am dry as a Sahara Desert right now. Like, nothing that you are doing is turning me on. You are willing to wear a dirty suit. You counting the buttons to make sure the buttons are on the shirt. Sir, you took it out the dirty clothes. If it was not dirty, baby, it's dirty and funky and musty right about now, okay? Because my underwear was laying on top of it. So it's good as stink. And yours too. Sir, ma'am, I'm gonna need you to let him go. He cannot live with you. Is he living with her? He can't live there. You can come over at 10 o'clock and leave at 4 in the morning, okay? That's all you good for, 10 p.m. to 4 a.m. I need 2 more hours to catch up so I can go to sleep. That's all he's
Girl.
good for. 10 p.m. to 4 a.m. You cannot spend the night with me. No. Bridget, you are buffering. I'm gonna need you to plug in. No, ma'am.
Yep, that's what she has said. Anybody else got any thoughts over on these two right here on these folks?
The fact that Tyler Perry let this man take out the dirty clothes.
Anything goes in the Tyler Perry universe. Cause child, when they pulled that man out that casket and threw him on the back of that truck in not Beauty and Black, in Divorce in the Black, then anything goes. So yeah.
I'm gonna just say real quick that Bun is a real homosexual. Like he's giving babyface vibes. Like he'll do whatever he got to do to sleep anywhere, to have a roof over his head, to have food in his stomach. You know what I mean? So that's the vibe. Shout out to Pierre, but that's the vibe he's giving me right now.
We love you, Pierre, though.
And
We love
nothing is good
you
but his haircut. His haircut is banging. I'm loving the haircut. That's about it, sir.
because that's Pierre. That part, that's all Pierre right there. That is not Vaughn. That's not Vaughn at all. But yeah, I don't know. It hurt me to have to talk about my man like that because man, all I think I'm like, dang, my finesse twin doing bad, bad. But y'all, we gotta talk about Naomi, y'all. And this is what I was getting to earlier. Listen, Naomi, she may not be wrong, y'all. I think Franklin is a jerk. I think they saved him for the last one of the men for us to meet for a reason, because I think that Franklin is going to be a piece of work. And I think that he is making it his mission to make sure that this gets back to her some way. It's just like when you know somebody, if I've been knowing you for 25 plus years, I know what you gonna do. I know if you gonna find a way, like, oh, okay, she gonna try to find a way, she gonna get on my social media. So of course I'm gonna, because why else would you post something saying that you in these spots making these new memories, and why would you talk about your ex-wife in it? Like, why would you do that unless you are deliberately sending messages to your ex-wife? And she talks about how he is a narcissist, and she's like in real tears, like this woman is hurt, like she is grieving hurt. And she was in a trance for like a second, like they doing her makeup, she just somewhere completely. It's gonna take a lot to bring Naomi out of this, y'all. We really, we oh Lord, I don't know. Tisha, I'm gonna start with you, and then Candy, then Tika.
Okay, so you hit the nail on the head, and we talked about the fact that she might be dealing with a narcissist, and if she is, there's a whole reason why we have this new phenomenon of the narcissistic abuse and people who survive it. And there are so many things that people need to do in order to heal, and the first thing is walking away and blocking. Like, you cannot give them any access to you, but also you shouldn't have any access to them. She is, again, hurting her own self by following him and finding out what he's doing and trying to crack the code and getting Bolo to jump into a friend list of the woman, a friend, her, whatever. What are you going to do with this information? It's not going to hurt any less. It's not going to help you in any kind of way. Just get I mean, let me not say it like that, because I don't mean just get over it, because it is difficult to get over. I may not have gone through her position, and I certainly don't have $37 million to show for it, but I have dealt with a narcissist, and it takes a long time to get over it. But that's also why you have to do the blocking. You cannot put yourself in a position where you just keep hurting yourself over and over. And she's never going to heal this way by seeing what he's doing all the time. He's going to do everything in his possible, anything that he can do that's possible that will hurt her, demean her, make her go crazy. I don't even think his only goal is to get his money back. His only goal is just to drive her batshit crazy. Period.
I agree.
You know, so she has to learn how to go through the process and cut him off. That way she can heal, and then she can go off and enjoy herself. You know, like y'all said, it doesn't really matter about the money, but she need to heal, because this ain't it. This ain't gonna work.
Candy?
Yeah, he's worrying her and wearing her thin. Like, she is continuously spazzing out of everything he says. And, you know, I don't know who said it, that he might be a narcissist, but they were together 25 plus years or whatever, and he knows what can tick her off. He knows, like, he's still dealing with the friends, so she doesn't have access to those friends anymore, or they don't even deal with her anymore for whatever reason. So just knowing that, hey, my friend group is still, I thought were our friends, are now y'all friends, and that hurts even more. So I would like T says, I would disconnect everything I have to social media, or just block him. I wouldn't even be on social media. Bump that. I would just block everything, everybody. I wouldn't even deal with that, because that's hurt. That's enough. You already know what's going on. Plus, now you finna, put more daggers in your heart. Like, I couldn't do that to well, I ain't gonna say I couldn't, because I have done it before. But 37 M's will suffice me enough to have Bolo come over there and, make me feel good on the inside parts. Sorry. That's all I got to say.
I'm so sick of you. Not the inside parts. Oh, Tika.
She got relationship PTSD. She's grieving. Divorce is like a death. And she going through it. How long have they been divorced? Do anybody know how long they've actually been divorced?
I wish we did know that.
That would kind of help me determine how much she really needs to just try to move on. But in my mind, it seemed like it's fresh, and I could be way off, but it seemed like it's just extremely fresh for her. But if she has some real friends, instead of talking about me behind my back, I'd be like, all right, girl, let's leave the country for a while. Let's go do this on you. Let's go. But, let's just go and get your mind off of what it is that you're dealing with. I know you're hurting, but let's just go away for a while. And sometimes as friends, you gotta kind of step up. You can't just pop up over my house and just want to talk to me and say it's gonna be okay. No, or I need to get over it. No, maybe I need to get out of that environment. Hell, if that's the house that him and her had together, she might need to move out of that house. It may be too many memories. You know what I mean? Too much stuff that she's replaying about what he did to her. And I will tell my business on the internet, but I mean, I feel her. And I had my ex literally had 2 babies while we were still married. So I understand why. Thankfully, God had control over my mind to where I didn't want to. Well, I ain't gonna lie, I didn't want to murder him. I ain't gonna lie, but I did it. I did it act out. You know what I mean? So I kind of understand why she feeling the way she feeling. So,
girl, trust me, I'm pretty sure it's a lot of people that got stories.
She need to call Midnight. Midnight will handle Franklin for her.
So we call it
I'm needing to merge these shows together, and we're gonna bring Midnight in and let him do his thug thizzle, okay?
Yeah. Yeah, first, I agree.
Okay. And call us as her friends. Like, we need to be her new friend group, because we're gonna be on this yacht in our 2-piece.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, but we see that they all going through it at this point. So, it is what it is. But at least Tiffany, who we thought was not, they weren't as close. They kind of butt heads. You can see that. But she did go over there trying to talk to her friend and, check on her. So I did appreciate that she checked on her. But I need to know, who would y'all call? Like, who would you call if you needed help hiding a secret? If I want to help hiding a secret, I'm not calling Bridget, because she just gonna tell it. I'm definitely not gonna call Tiffany, because she gonna tell Bridget. So I'm probably gonna call Geneva, because she's really good at hiding secrets. Either that, or I'm gonna go to a counseling session with Rashida, who I know is going to hold it to her heart that she cannot tell anything outside of this, but we're not going to talk about it in her office, because we know they got cameras in there. So yeah, that part. Tisha, who you calling?
I'm calling my girl Rashida, because again, she knows how to take care of business for all those other reasons. Listen, Bridget talked too much. And actually Tiffany can be coerced basically into telling the secret. So she's a no. Naomi would just get mad and blurt out the secret. So it's a no for her. And Geneva, I mean, maybe, but she still might tell Tiffany. So I'm gonna go with Rashida, because to me, Rashida has not been loose-lipped about anything. And she
Okay.
tell people, even she has the patience also to wait it out and to strategize. So yeah, I'm going with my girl Rashida.
You going with Rashida? Who you going with, Tika?
I mean, yeah, if those are the options, we could go with Rashida, or we could call Bolo back. I mean, we could call Hakeem, and I can tell him all my secrets.
Oh my goodness. I mean, you can tell anybody in the show. So I mean, he was there. So I guess you tell Hakeem your secrets. Candy, now that you know that, I'm pretty sure Hakeem is gonna have your secrets too.
He's gonna have a lot more than my secrets.
Oh my God.
Get into it, okay? Yeah. Single
Okay.
candy. Yeah, single candy.
You're so silly. Okay, y'all. So let's move on to Geneva. Geneva is giving off a vibe when it comes to William, but is this really guilt, y'all? I feel like Geneva has definitely and I don't want to say this and make it very clear that I am not blaming her for anything. I am not doing any of that. I'm just making an observation. I feel like Geneva might be kind of neglecting her husband in a sense, in the sense of, and this is even before this whole thing came out about, ooh, you sure is fine, before any of that came out. But there's also some things about William that irk me as well. The fact that way he opened up his mouth to talk about, I know this is, you don't really like to do this thing. Like, when he talked about her mothering, right? When he talked about how did the pickup go and things like that, because clearly he is the parent who is more present and she is the breadwinner. And I think we talked about this before, even though we don't know exactly his full job. When I say breadwinner, because I want to say that like he ain't, like he a Vaughn. I don't mean it like that. I mean it like she has a full career that clearly they're prioritizing her career because whatever he does is more flexible. Say it like that. Maybe that's the right way to say it. So, but I feel like there's something going on between them to where maybe his wife is not giving him the attention that he so wants right now. I mean, he's even begging her almost with this Italy thing, but we know right now she's distracted. So I really would have loved to hear this conversation prior to Javon coming back and prior to Baby I'm Fine. I wanted to see how she would react then, because even when she talks about it with her friend Tiffany, it doesn't feel like she's like in it. It just feels like she's just there. Like, almost like how some people just get comfortable in their relationships and they just in it then, but they've lost the spark in it. But I'm wondering, does Geneva even want the spark back? Is what I'm kind of low-key asking myself. Candy, what are your thoughts over these two?
I don't know. Geneva is really bugging out. She's showing everything on her face. Her demeanor towards him was off-putting and disappointing, because if nothing is wrong, I mean, I know something is wrong, but you got the little thing about, oh, you so fine, and you hadn't got the answer to that yet. And now Javon has brought his big fine self into the building. And it's like, now you're battling two different things. You don't know, you still got this man on your mind. And then you got this thought of your husband, either cheating or flirting with this lady. And you don't really know what's going on. And then he came home late or whatever. I don't know what he's doing, where he's been. But I don't know. I just don't like the way the vibe, like you said, the vibe she was giving him. Now he got to question you, and it's okay. I had a long day. Yeah, I want to go to Italy, but girl, what is really? I need you to fake it, calm, because this man asked you too many damn questions. Now he want a hunch, and you don't want a hunch. Geneva, I'm gonna need you to act like it's all good for real, because you was doing too much.
That's what got me. I said everybody want to go jump in the shower together, but ain't nobody trying to get in the shower. Bridget, I know why Bridget didn't want to get in the shower. I ain't gonna lie, but I mean, if he gonna be there, she might as well do what she got to do. You might as well have a good time, Bridget. Stop playing with me right now. Tisha, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, same thing. I feel like, girl, don't show your hand before you done. Your investigation is not complete. And second of all, ma'am, I find it interesting that you don't have time to go pick up your baby, but you done found time to go investigate. You done found time to try to set aside for Javon. So maybe everybody's right when they're talking about the neglect of your, now I'm not even gonna say wifely duties, your mother duties, wifely duties, all that. So it wouldn't be far-fetched for me to think that, yep, he's feeling neglected.
Okay. Tikadushi, what say you?
I just don't think she like her husband, because why else would she take so much time at work and do all of the other things other than being up under her husband? Even when it's almost like it's a whole baby please when it comes to them trying to go to Italy. Yeah, in front of her friends, she's like, "Oh yeah, I'm so excited about it." But then when it comes to him, now you in your feelings, not just because he might have said, "Damn, you fine," but because of the fact that Javon has walked back into the picture. So now, like Candy was saying, now you got Javon on one side of your brain and you got William on the other side. Girl, if you don't want that man, somebody will take him. Like, just let him go, because you clearly do not like your husband. No matter what he does, it seems like he's not going to ever amount up to who Javon is, or whatever that one little night that you had with Javon. So yeah,
Because that night must have been rainbows and all sorts of stuff.
Listen, he
Fairies,
must have been blowing the whistles and everything. Because Javon must have been, he must have been taking it down like Chris Brown. Because, Jesus.
Okay, because y'all know how it is, though. There can be that person that just, for some reason, you know how sometimes people have that person that just do it for them for whatever reason, and they could be bad for them, but for whatever reason, they just really something about them. I don't know.
But one time.
I don't even think it's just that. I think that it has something to do with whatever other time they were spending together that led to this one time. I believe that women are very more emotional. And I feel like they were spending a lot of time together before they got to this moment. And that's what I think. I think that's the only way that you're in it this deep is that you had, like Ghost did. Ghost had an affair of the with them emotions first. He was emotionally invested in Angela before we got to episode 4, because it only took 4 episodes before Ghost jumped in the thing. Just an FYI. But I'm really feeling like that. Yeah, I'm really feeling like that might have been more so of the case. Like they were having an emotional thing, and that's why they are where they are right now, or maybe her, because I don't really know about that.
But dude, if we go back, the way she fell into this man's chest, you could tell she just melted into his arms. Like she lusting after the flesh, as they say. She got it bad.
Yeah, and sometimes it's hard to love the one that you with when you in love with somebody else, and you only love your husband, and maybe you in love with this guy that the one you never got over, and maybe while he's been out of sight, it was fine, but now he's back in sight, and now here we are. I don't know. I feel like this is going to be a storyline that we definitely going to have to pay attention to.
She lost her mind.
Now, listen, we get over here with Pastor Jeff and Rashida, who clearly are having issues as well. And these kids worked my nerves, because while these kids had a point with what they said, this is grown folk business. These people have been married for 20 years. I agreed with Pastor Jeff on some of these things that he said. Sometimes you really just don't like a person in a phase of a relationship, especially in a long-term relationship. There may come a moment when you don't like them. You love them, but you just can't stand them. And it don't last, but they're just, sometimes when people been together for so long, they just end up just like, I just can't stand you right now. But I still love you. And I feel like, I don't know if this is the phase that they're going. I don't know what phase they're going through, because I got my eye on Jeff, because Jeff is throwing me off. I don't think it's Rashida at all. And I could be wrong, but I don't think it is. I think that there is something going on with Jeff, and I can't put my fingers quite on it. I have theories and ideas, but it's just something that's off with it. But I thought these kids were so out of line. I just want to grab these kids and choke them. Like, listen, go sit down somewhere. Listen, we still here. Tika.
Listen, clearly these kids never got whoopings as little kids because the mouths that they had on them, like, yeah, y'all might be 18, 19, whatever, but it's not y'all place to tell your parents what is right or what's wrong within the relationship. We know that there's something wrong in the relationship. That's why we having this conversation. Go upstairs, go outside, go in the kitchen, go climb a tree, whatever you got to do, get out of our conversation. And yeah, y'all might be concerned children. Oh, y'all don't act like this in front of the church. Okay, honey, so what? Like, Get you some business, honey. What bills you paying in this house? That's what I mean. I was literally yelling at the children because they are still children. I was like, y'all are doing too much. So yeah, it is what it is. 20-some years with somebody, you're gonna go through some stuff. But them kids, somebody get me a Switch.
Okay, because they needed one. They needed one because the minute that little girl get in a relationship. And she finally understands, like, oh, okay, so that's what it was. Like, ma'am, okay. Tisha, thoughts on these kids and this 20-year marriage, and any theories?
They're annoying, and they got on my nerves, and they were disrespectful too, and spoiled. It seems like they're just spoiled rotten. And shout out to the son because he also plays on Beyond the Gates. And so, what was I gonna say? Oh, back in the day, the old folks used to tell us, now we the old folks. Well, I'm gonna call myself, now we the old folks. It's like, you know what, baby? Keep living. That's what the old folks used to tell us. Keep living. You'll see what happens when you keep living. Because like y'all said, they've been in this relationship. Kids don't know nothing. All you know is what you learned on social media, child. So shut it up and go back to your video game or whatever you was doing prior to.
Okay, because earlier y'all didn't want to talk. I come in and I say hi, and y'all didn't even want to say hello. Go back and do that. How about that? Okay. Candy? Candy, love, your thoughts, boo? Any thoughts?
That little girl should have been snatched by her hair and rung around. I would have swung her by her ponytail that she did not have. Like, her mouth, the way she walked up in the office in that room. Girl, who are you talking? Pause. Who you talking to? Like, where is all this animosity? What? Hold a minute, y'all doing too much. I know you like give these kids like freedom of speech and let them speak and don't tell them to be quiet, and you want to treat them differently so they can know how to handle themselves in the real world. But God doggone it, you at home talking to your parents right now. I'm gonna need you to bring it on down because y'all doing too much. Yeah, parents don't like. My parents never argued in front of me. I never saw that until one time my mom was vacuuming when it was lightning, and then my daddy had something to say. But that's the only time I've ever heard parents argue. So for them to be arguing like that, and then the kids just walk down, they ain't walk, they march down them stairs like they were like they were the adults. Like, hold a minute, y'all let these. They have free range. They're like free range chickens. They just got free range. They just do whatever they want to do. They grown. They all in adult business. They all in the church business because they keep bringing the church up. So they are very grown. These some grown kids, okay? They grown and they too grown. They too miserly.
And one last thing, honestly, though, I feel for them because them being the PKs. Okay, there's a special place in heaven for PKs because they have to deal with a lot of things. I get all of that. There was a way they could have even still had that conversation. It was just the way that they had the conversation. Like they had to be talking like that. It was doing too much. They didn't have any kind of understanding, no kind of grace for their parents, or just nothing. It could have just been more like, hey, you know what? I'm feeling like we may not be living the same life as we show the people, at church or whatever. And that's bothering me. Can we talk about it? Versus the stank attitude that they had.
And the neck rolling and the I said, oh, hell no, Dallas.
Mm-hmm. That part. And the crazy part about it to me is that do you want your parents to act the fool out in public? Like that's the whole thing. Like nobody should be out here acting a fool in public. Like even if I'm mad at my husband, you ain't gonna know that I'm mad at my husband if we out somewhere. You ain't gonna know that. Like I'm definitely not gonna bring that type of energy to wherever we are. Like, I'm always going to keep that energy down. But the minute we no longer in that space, then I can go back to being pissed. But in that moment, and I see a lot of people do that. So I feel like, and especially if you're the pastor and the first lady, you know what I'm saying? Like,
and she a pastor too. So.
Yeah, and she a pastor too. So what do? Like, you want them to bring that stank energy in there? I don't know. Like, they ain't gonna have no congregation.
They need to go in the car and talk. They need to go in the car, like me and my husband, go in the car and talk. Because Dallas is ain't none of Dallas business. Okay, go in the car.
Okay, get in the car. Well, y'all, we got one last thing before we wrap this up. And this was the ending moment. Of course, we always end it on a cliffhanger. It feels like that's how this is about to go because we ended on another cliffhanger. Clearly, Geneva does not want William to bring baby Anika down when he heard the name Anika. So I guess backtrack for a second. William decides that he's going to invite his old friend who's back in town, living in town, over because he's going through a divorce and that's hard. And he just want to be there for his friend. You know, he want to lift his friend up. And then he says, hey, you know, I want you to meet my baby girl, bring Anika down. And he says, oh, Anika. And then that's when we know that she done took this night. These people have been sitting and talking. This is not a one night smash or lovemaking, but this was not a one night affair by any means necessary. Okay. So we know that there has definitely been some talk about names and stuff like that, because clearly this was a name that, you know, and the little girl is just so cute, child. She's just so gosh darn cute. She said it means graceful. I like how she says it. That's so cute. But anyway, Geneva did not want him to see this baby. She didn't want to bring that baby down there. And low key, like, I ain't gonna lie, y'all. Low key, there seemed to be a disconnect between Geneva and baby girl a little bit when it comes to, I don't know, it's just something that's there. Like, she was like, Sarah, can you take her back upstairs? And you know what I mean? Like, it was just, I don't know. I don't want to say it. I just want to watch a little bit more before I go all in on it. But, but you know, at the end of the day, I guess we were left with the question of what is she going to say? We know that this happened 6 years ago. Baby girl is 5 years old. We know how this whole gestation thing works. And we know that clearly she wasn't able to get pregnant before. Or William might have been shooting some blanks. I don't know. I'm starting with you, Candy, then you, Tisha, and then Tika, you're going to close us out with this storyline.
Listen, William, his swimmers ain't swimming. Javon had the marching 101 million sea urchins, baby. Listen, he had a marching because, and I didn't think, I thought about this when he said 6 years ago when he met in her office. I said, oh, you that little girl daddy. Okay. The disconnect between the mother and the daughter could be because I wanted to terminate this pregnancy, but I could not because we had done so much IVF and whatever. We done went through so much spending money, and when he realized I was expecting, I just had to keep it. You know, when William realized she was expecting, she had to keep it. She could not abort. But she's disconnected from the child because she knows that's not William's child. Could be, you know, I could be wrong. The disconnect, but girl, you got some ish with you too. If that's that man, William gonna have a fit when he find out Anika is not his.
He means graceful.
And Javon is like, oh, she got her daddy eyes. Oh, you big, tall, fine thing. You just like a crack pipe. You just addictive. I just can't do it.
Girl, Tisha, is he like a crack pipe?
He is. He's so addictive, like child. He'll make you lose your mind, lose your job and everything. Ooh. I couldn't do it. I have to have somebody ugly to deal with than deal with him.
What?
Tisha, what are your thoughts, girl?
Okay, once again, he's playing the shady friend, like he plays in. Well, this is my speculation. He's a shady friend. However, there is something about William that I do not trust. It's something about him. I feel like I don't think he gonna be all upset because I think he knows already. I thought it was weird that you just happened to invite him over the same time. And then, of course, they don't mention that they have already met up. Shady. Geneva and what's the man's name? Javon.
Mhm.
They have already met up and ain't said a word. It was looking like this part of it to me, I felt like it was predictable. Like I knew he was about to say, is she mine? And I knew he was thinking along those lines, but I think that sometimes folks are not fools. I think that William knows something, and that might be why he is so close to the baby. It might have started because maybe he's always had doubts of whether or not that's actually been his child. So, so it's easy also then to, to question her motherhood and her being slackful and all that sort of thing. So we shall see how this drama unfolds because it is definitely going to unfold. And Geneva, you old dirty dog, girl.
Okay. Take a
Mhm.
Dixie. Go ahead and wrap us on up with this cliffhanger here.
Listen, the ladies already said what I was thinking. William may already know that he is not the father, but this little baby girl loves him so much that he's willing to, accept her anyway. But I think he need to put Geneva and Javon in the room. He put them in the room together for a reason to figure out, okay, if I'm not the father, then is it you? What's going on, And then he could be clueless. He could be clueless, and then Javon be the one that burst the whole bubble. But I like this. I like the scene. I like that the pressure was put on her in this scene. I like how if she was a real mama though, she would have been like, "All right, baby girl, I'll take you upstairs." I wouldn't have been calling the nanny to take her, but she don't have that connection. And the baby girl was like, "I want daddy to take me." So daddy did what he did. But anyway, I'm looking forward to this whole thing just playing out. And he a snake, Javon a snake. I don't care how fine he is, he a snake.
He's so big though, too.
Okay, because the minute if he even think that this is his child, the way that he is going to try to throw that out there, and he's going to throw it all out there in the name of wanting to be a father and wanting to know his kid, yada yada yada. No, you're just trying to break this woman up from her husband. We already know what this is. Yeah, these, I mean, and in theory, they're all shady to a certain extent. But I do feel like we need to know what, and even though I feel like there's never an excuse, but I do feel like sometimes extenuating circumstances will make people do things that may be out of character for them. And I need to know more context behind how we got to where we got to with this whole Javon and Geneva thing. Because to be fair, when you first meet the character, she don't strike you as the type that needs to be stepping out. But something about this man make her want to
Leave the one with, start a new
relationship.
Why was I thinking the same thing?
EJ let him, I had to go ahead because
girl, I ain't mad at it either. So anywho. So yeah, that was it for Divorced Sisters. That's actually how it ended. It ended with the cliffhanger, him asking, "Is this his baby?" And y'all already know next Thursday we are actually going to be doing our live after show on Thursdays moving forward, y'all. So y'all make sure y'all watch it so that we can talk about it, and then we can do what we do. If you're watching this on the replay, guys, please make sure to type in hashtag replay squad and let us know what you think about it. Do you think that this is Javon's baby? What do you ladies got going on your channels? Tika, start with you, then Tisha. Actually, start with Candy, then Tisha, then you, Tika.
For me, on Tuesday, Torian, Miss Kira, and Aries, we talked about
Misery,
the 1990s thriller Misery, psychological thriller Misery. We talked about that, so please go check that out. The week before that, we talked about Serial Mom. So every Tuesday, we're going to talk about cuckoo ladies and in these movies. This Tuesday, we're going to do The Hand That Rocks the Cradle. So please join us on Tuesday. And the Tuesday after that, we're going to do, The one where the lady put the rabbit in the pot. I forgot the name of the movie. But if y'all know the movie I'm talking about, then with Glenn Close.
Wasn't that Single White Female?
No. We're gonna do that. That's in week 5.
Okay.
Whichever one they put the rabbit in the pot, and she took the child, and they went on the roller coaster ride. He cheated on his wife with this lady. But yeah, so every Tuesday I'm gonna do some cuckoo ladies over women that's cuckoo over men, and they do irrational things, for some reason or another. And then on Monday, let me go back. Monday, I'll be doing the Never Should Have Met with EJ in the Gang. Wednesday, we're doing Real Housewives of Atlanta. And then on Thursdays, I'll be doing Divorced Sistas with EJ and the Gang.
Hey.
So, yes.
Okay, well, make sure that you guys go and check out Candy's channel. If y'all want to talk about cuckoo for Cuckoo Puffs, cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, and all that good stuff, then definitely go check that out. Lighten up with Letitia. Hey, girl. Hey, what you got going on?
Hey, I had to take a little bit of a break, but I'm back. So thank you for bringing me on for Divorced Sistas, because I'm loving this series. And then also, we have some other shows coming back up. So I'm looking forward to that. But also, I'm working on my Beyond the Gates. I do a quick light recap, about 3 minutes in the shorts. I'm a little bit behind, but that's okay. Just keep your notifications on. And don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Thank you.
Hey. And yeah, speaking of that, make sure that you guys are hitting the like button on all the channels. Please, please, please. It does help us with the algorithm. And Tika Dushi, what you got going on, boo?
Listen, I think that movie you was talking about, Candy, was Fatal Attraction. I could be wrong, but I'm thinking it's Fatal Attraction. I couldn't help it. My OCD and all that stuff was like, girl, find it. So anyway,
yes.
But with that, I will be talking about, because I got to catch up. Somebody gave me code, but I ain't gonna say no names. But anyway, I'm catching up this week because, as y'all can see, I didn't do nothing but a couple of shorts. But I will be talking about the Black Dagger Brotherhood. Listen, if y'all ever heard of any J.R. Ward books, like if this whole vampire situation, and the way I got, connected to it was because the guy Alex Cubis, who played Aaron in Tyler Perry's Ruthless, he's one of the vampires. He goes by the name of Rage. So that's what drew me to it. Then I listened to the book, and then I started watching it. And it's streaming now on Patreon for those of you that have never heard of Black Dagger Brotherhood. But anyway, with that being said, I will be talking about that. Probably do it on, if not Saturday, then I'll do it on Sunday, because I'm trying to catch up before a new episode come out. And then I do have Indie Wednesdays. I will go back next week and do an independent film where I'll talk about an independent writer, director, producer, and then back to Divorced Sistas, and keep it going and just keep going and keep going. And definitely, somebody just mentioned in the comments, Happy Father's Day to the fathers, even the stepdaddies, like the uncles, the big brothers that are sitting in the place of as fathers. So Happy Father's Day to you guys, and I hope you guys have an amazing weekend.
Yes. Absolutely. Yeah, definitely want to echo that. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers and everybody who plays a father figure in someone's life. Hey, shout out to y'all. As far as my channel is concerned, of course, Divorced Sisters, every Thursday, we're doing a live after show for that. I do drop my own reviews over Divorced Sisters as well. That one is already up. And then I also do like a Sis Let's Talk, which is just little theory things and extra conversations over Divorced Sisters. Every Sunday, I'm doing the Family Business Sundays, because Sundays are for family, in my opinion. And so I do the family business on that day. So definitely check out. I have a new video coming out this week for the family business, but I got a couple of them already up. And then I'm actually about to start my book series back up for the family business soon. I got to present it a different way, but definitely check that out. And then All the Queen's Men is coming back, y'all. And y'all know we got to get into All the Queen's Men. I feel like we have I feel like the momentum for All the Queen's Men for some reason has kind of fell somewhere, not with me, but just somewhere. So I'm going to be doing some content, like a bunch of content around All the Queen's Men, just trying to see if we can just reinvigorate that energy that we had for it, because I still love this show, and I'm ready for Virtual Club Eden to come back. We'll be back on July 24th is when the episode comes out, and I think we do it on Sundays usually, right? Don't we do it on Sundays or something like that? I think we do it every Sunday.
I'm gonna do it on Sundays. So yeah.
Okay, so we probably won't change that formula, so I'm excited for that. So just be on the lookout for all the Queen's Men's content, and then I'm trying to see if I did anything. Oh, I have the Shy on Mondays, y'all. So on Mondays I go live with Moochie and Tamika, the ladies, and we do the Shy. So definitely check that out. And then I might do like some extra little Shy content, because I haven't been doing reviews on it, but I've just been doing like some, just little extra content here and there. I am going to do a first impression over BMF at some point, but I want to watch this episode and do a first impression over the first 2 episodes and then kind of go from there. But that's all I got going on my channel. Y'all, it's been real. Thank everybody for coming out. Appreciate y'all coming through. Everybody who didn't get a chance to say anything, but you were in the chat, we certainly appreciate you guys. And shout out to everybody. Y'all know who y'all are. Thank you to the new member, Karima. I'm not sure whose channel you joined, but thank you so much. We appreciate you guys. And we're about to get up out of here, y'all. Y'all have a good night.
Okay, good night.
We cry together.